Hi everyone, and welcome to this beginner's tutorial for Zoho CRM. Now, whether you're a small business owner, a marketer, new sales rep, or simply looking to master one of the world's top CRM systems, this video is built for you. Today, we're going to go step by step into the basics like account setup, all the way to advanced sales automation, reporting, and integrations. Our goal by the end of this video is to have the confidence to use Zoho CRM to generate leads, streamline workflows, close more deals, and track sales performance. So, to get started, simply head on over to Zoho CRM. Now, whenever you're going to be joining a CRM, what exactly is this CRM going to entail? So, in today's video, I'm going to break it down based upon what CRMs are and what is Zoho CRM, account setup and initial configuration, as well as navigating the dashboard and menus of Zoho CRM, adding and removing leads, data entry and best practices, lead qualification, managing contacts, accounts, and deals, calendar, activity, and task management, integrating emails, creating powerful automation and workflows, building a sales pipeline and forecasting, in-depth reporting and analytics, integrations and marketplace apps, as well as managing users, security, and customization tips. So let's jump right in. So from here, we're going to search for our CRM. And then once we do that, we're just going to sign in using Google. And you can also sign in using LinkedIn. And you do get a 15-day free trial whenever you're getting started with Zoho. So you do get a free trial for the premium versions of Zoho as well. And I'm just going to continue on over here to proceed with our Zoho account. I'm going to skip 2FA. And just like so, we have proceeded. And just like so, this is our Zoho CRM dashboard. Now, first off, we need to ensure that we are adding our company information. So you can go into setup on your top right. Once you go into setup on your top right, you're going to find company settings. Once you find your company settings, you're going to proceed with adding our company. So it's Miracle Marketing, and then we're just going to click on save. Then below that, you have your access URL, locale information, and then you're going to go into fiscal year, and then you're going to click on manage fiscal year, and you're going to add a custom fiscal year. So you can add that over here. You also have display options. I'm going to go with the standard. Then we have our business hours, holidays, and currencies that you're dealing in. So we have holidays over here and then currencies, and then you also have calendar booking. So you have your Lily Davis booking, and you can configure your business hours and manage bookings here as well. Now, once we've done that, we can proceed, and whenever you are just adding your company details, I always recommend to add team members. Obviously, you're not going to be working alone. So going back into your settings, you can proceed and click on users. When you click on users over here, you're going to add your user. So first off, you're just going to click on new user over here and add the person. Okay, first name Smith. And then I'm just going to add the email, and then we're going to add their role. So you guys can see we have 2 roles that we have already added, and we can add more roles for it later on and choose the profile. This is going to be a standard profile. Now, whenever you're adding team members, always assign the correct role, such as, the sales rep, admin, manager, whatever this is. And this allows them to have access to certain permissions. So setting roles from the start to control who can view or edit any of your sensitive data is really important. Now, once we've done that, we can now navigate into the dashboards and menus of Zoho CRM. So on the top, you will find modules like home, leads, contacts, accounts, deals, tasks, and projects. And you can reorder modules by clicking on the 3 dots and then clicking on organize modules. So you can click on create modules over here to add your own modules over here. And from here, you can see you have some other basic modules as well. Then after that, you can customize your home dashboard by clicking on customize home page and dragging and dropping your widgets. So you can see on the top right, you can add component and add individual components into your dashboard. Let's say I want to take a look at meetings this month. And then after that, I'm just going to click on save, and my new component has been added. Just like so, if you want to remove any of the components, just click on the 3 dots. Once you do that, you can click on delete to delete any particular dashboard item that you do not want. Now on your top right, you can get notifications as well. So you can click on the bell icon for reminders, lead assignments, or workflow alerts. And if you're searching for something, you have a global search option by clicking on the search box over here. You can search for anything and you can find any field or record type using their universal search tool, which is super helpful when it comes to larger databases. Now after that, you even have a quick create button on your top right where you can quickly create a lead, contact, account, deal, task, meeting, or call, or even a campaign. So you have easy access when you're working on the go and you need to do something very quickly. Now spend 5 minutes customizing your dashboard because this is going to impact your daily workflow. And this pays off when it comes to productivity later on because whenever you're looking at your dashboard, you're able to access the information that you need. Now let's move forward and take a look at adding leads and data entry best practices within Zoho CRM. So to get started, you can just click on leads over here. Now you can get started with prospecting by manually adding a lead. You're going to click on leads and then create a lead and then enter the basics. So simply click on create lead over here. Then you're going to choose the lead owner and the first name of the lead, as well as the title, the phone number, mobile, and then the lead source. Let's say this is employee referral, the industry is large enterprise, and the annual revenue is this much. And then you have the company name, and then we're going to enter the last name of the person, and then their email address. So this is going to be Kate Gibbs. And then once you do that, you're just going to proceed with their website, a number of employees, address information. And then if you want to add a brand new lead right after this one, you can click on save and new, but if you don't, you can just click on save over here. Once you've done that, you can move forward and add your own custom fields as well. So you can click on custom fields at the top if your business needs specific data like product interest or industry. And you can even do bulk importing. So if you've got a spreadsheet, just click on import when you're in your lead section. Click on actions, click on more. And then once you do that, you can click on import leads over here. Once you do that, you can proceed with uploading your CSV and map the columns to the right Zoho fields and review the sample data before confirming. You can use skip duplicates to keep your CRM clean, which ensures that you have a quick way to have your leads be imported from any pre-existing lists. Now, moving forward, you also have the ability to navigate to web forms under your developer space to build a web form, copy the code, and embed it on your website. New leads flow in automatically. Because gathering leads is no easy business, and when you're building these types of forms, you do want to have a really easy way for you to track them. So if you're going into social over here, you guys can see you have a separate tool for socials to get insights into social, and you can embed your forms accordingly. Now, moving forward, you can even download the Zoho CRM mobile app to add leads and scan business cards right from your phone to make everything easier for you. Making sure that cleaned up data entry is within your CRM is going to simplify your workflow in the long run. Like always using full names and formatted phone numbers, it prevents headaches down the line because there are many times when you have a phone number where you missed a digit or you did not add a certain code, which makes it really frustrating when you're trying to contact that lead. So what about lead qualification and conversion? Because sure, now I have a lead, but how is this lead going to become a contact and actually be in business with me? Well, not every lead is a good lead. Here's how to qualify and convert. Starting off with lead scoring. You need to assign scores based upon activity, whether they're opening emails, site visits, demographic fit, or source reliability. You can go into setup, automation, and then scoring rules. If you click on your setup on the top right, then you're going to move forward and then take a look at automation. Where was it? Our automation hub. Yeah, so over here we have workflow rules within automation, and we want to go with our scoring rules. So once we go into workflow rules, we're going to click on scoring rules and then click on new scoring rule. This is going to be based upon our activity, and then we're going to select a module which is going to be leads because this is the rule that I want to apply to my scoring for leads. And then click on next. Once you do that, you can proceed with adding these scores, which makes it really easy for you to later on in your lead qualification process to know what lead to focus on. Now, you need to create follow-up tasks to call or email a new lead, set reminders, priorities, and deadlines. To do that, don't complicate it too much. Just click on Create menu on the top right, and then click on Task to schedule in a meeting, a phone call, or anything related to that lead. So you will see the subject. Let's say this is going to be a call, and then you're going to just select the lead. Just simply select lead from the left side over here and then search for the lead name. You will see you have your lead name, and then you're going to keep the status in deferred or not started, and the priority is going to be high. And then you're going to just turn on the reminder whenever you are looking to make this call or meeting. And then you're just going to click on done and then click on save. This ensures that whenever you're in the initial stages of your lead qualification, you're able to do that and you're able to follow up on leads at the right time. Now, moving forward, we also need to understand how to convert our qualified leads. So to do that, we're going to go into leads over here, and let's say Kate Gibson was our lead. So you will see this is the lead and this is the timeline we have. Now, if our stages have moved forward and if I've had good communication with this potential lead, and I do think that, okay, this is a converting customer now, or, they have become a converting customer, all I have to do is click on Convert on the top right. Once I do that, you guys can see it says create a new account called Okra. So whatever business name that you added with that lead can be converted into an actual business account. And then the contact will be Kate Gibson, and this will be converted from a lead into a contact and account. And you can click on create a new deal for this account, which allows you to create a brand new deal, which is your sales opportunity. You can link them to existing records if they already exist, but if you want, you can proceed with a new deal. So let's say this is worth $800,000, and then the potential closing date, the stage that they are in, value proposition, as well as the pipeline. Then you can add your campaign source and then just click on convert. This ensures that you have a simple lead management system that easily converts into contacts and accounts without you having to type in all this information again and again manually, which can be quite a headache. So now that we have proceeded with some of our basics, we're going to be moving forward. And we are just going to go on ahead and take a look at managing contacts, accounts, and deals. Because sure, we have now created deals, but how can we upgrade those deals and convert them into contacts and manage those contacts? Well, after conversion, here's how to stay organized. Under contacts, you're always going to find people. Always connect contacts to an account for context. So if I have any particular contact that does not have an account name, I'm going to be confused because I'm not going to remember who is this person, who is this business, who is this associated with. So it's really important to have those identification markers in the form of the account name. So whenever you add people, make sure to link them to your account. Accounts are always going to be companies or organizations, and every account and contact that you have will be linked to an opportunity tied. So let's say that I have Kate Gibson. I wouldn't want to just call up Kate Gibson and the Okra company for no reason. Obviously, there is a deal in mind. So you can click on your deals tab, and you need to know that what deal is related to whom. Deals are going to be your opportunities that are tied to those contacts and accounts. These have value, stages, closing dates, and the possibility of winning. Deals are different from your current business because deals mean that this is not finalized yet. It could be finalized in the future, but at the moment that you are adding your deal, it is not a verified deal or it has not been officially done. So that is really important to note whenever you are adding your deals. Now, moving forward, the next thing you need to know is details. So whenever you are adding information, you need to have details within history in the form of attachments, emails, notes, and related subtabs for activities and deals. So this is a deal, and if I click on the deal, you will see details over here. This includes the account site, parent accounts, account numbers, account types, ratings, and more. You have address information, any connected records, attachments, deals, contacts, as well as open activities, emails, closed activities, as well as member accounts, and then socials. And these details are important, and you can view these in the form of a timeline as well. But when it comes to deals over here, let's say that I have the deal that I have with the Gibson account. Whenever I am adding new deals, I also need to ensure that I'm adding all the relevant details as we previously displayed in our example deal. Now, the next thing is tagging and segmentation. You can use things like VIP or long-term prospect or hot lead to segment and filter lists. These allow you to build views for targeted outreach campaigns. So if I click on over here and I need to go into the left, now I want to take a look at expected revenues or probabilities. So that is going to allow me to know what is going to bring the most value to my particular business. And whenever you're categorizing your contacts, you can go into your top right and you guys can see you have the ability to manage tags. So click on Manage Tags and add relevant tags with your specific contacts, which ensures that you're able to provide the service that your contacts need based upon how prioritized they are. And you can go into Settings and Data Administration to ensure that you do not have any duplicates. So when you go into Settings, then you want to go into Data Administration. Within Data Administration, you can scroll down and you will find Read Duplicate Contacts, and then you can remove those contacts as well under your data. Now it's time to take a look at calendar, activity, and task management within your CRM. So this is something that a lot of people do not prioritize as much as it needs to be. The reason for this is being productive is crucial, and if you do not have the habits to build on, your initial motivation with a lead, then you're going to fall to the level of your systems. So it's really important to ensure that your systems are built for productivity, not just for spending time, and making sure that your leads are always going to be nurtured in the right way. So to ensure all of this, we are going to go on ahead and go into our activities module. Now, you guys can see on the 3 dots over here, we are going to go into meetings, reports, campaigns. Here we should be able to create our brand new module, and within our new module, and click on Quick Create. I'm not going to add a new module. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and use my campaigning. And from there, you want to ensure that you're scheduling things properly, scheduling recurring tasks, automated reminders, calendar syncing, and logging your activity. Because if you are not doing all of these things under your tasks and under your calls and reports, then you're not going to be able to find relevant information when you need it and to be able to nurture your clients when you need them. So make sure to use color-coded priorities like high, medium, low to visually organize your to-do list as well. Now, it's really going to be necessary for you to centralize your communication because that does save a lot of time and effort, and it gives you a lot of context. So you want to go into settings on the top right, and once you go into settings on the top right, you want to go into channels and then emails. So we're going to go on ahead and we have Zoho Mail add-on as well, but we're going to go into email under our channels. And then you guys can see within your email configuration, you have the ability to go into Connect Gmail. So this allows you to transform the way that you're doing sales. So you can click on Gmail over here, click on Configure, and you're going to configure this. Now, I'm not going to be connecting my Gmail because this is not going to be a Gmail that is related to this business. It's really important to do that. You can do this with Outlook, Zoho Mail, or any IMAP compatible account. And you need to ensure to turn on a two-way sync so all inbound and outbound emails are linked to CRM records. You can see conversation history right inside a contact or a deal when you have this turned on. So this ensures that whenever you're sending out emails or receiving emails within your business address, you're able to keep track of that communication with that particular lead or contact. And you can utilize email templates and merge them with tags such as first name, company names to speed up your outreach and follow-ups, and even set up mass emailing campaigns or batch notifications. You can select the contacts you want to send them to and send out those emails. And always make sure to review compliance with anti-spam laws. So this allows you to ensure that your email marketing is also managed within your CRM. Now, also make sure to always enable email insights to see open rates as well as delivery status, clicks, and reply rates within your CRM. Now, I do recommend whenever you're building, emails within your CRM, if you're going to go into campaigns over here and you're going to create your campaign or import a campaign, to use the preset follow-up sequences for new leads or deal stages. This ensures that you're able to keep track of your leads and nurture them. Now, creating automations and workflows is a really important part of any CRM journey because automation is a game changer, saving your team hours per week. So what can be automated? Lead assignment, alerts, email notifications, updating fields, and even calling webhooks to external apps. You can go into setup and then you can go into automation on the right and click on workflow rules. Once you do that, you can click on create rule over here to get started with your rule. Select your module, let's say it's deals for us, and then name your deal rule. So you're going to choose your trigger, which is going to be on record create. I'm just going to name this my deal rule and then click on next. Now, when you do that, you're going to choose your trigger. So whenever you're choosing your trigger, whenever a record action, whenever a record is created, after that, I want to proceed with defining my conditions. So when it matches certain conditions, and this is going to be revenue base. Whenever modified next step, possibility, reason, I want to go with the probability is equal to, or the deal amount maybe. Let's say if we want to, I haven't added deal amounts to this particular one. So I'm just going to add the probability is 50%, done. Then after that, I want to define the action. So let's say whenever something is at 50%, I want to assign a user or send an SMS or an email or update a field, trigger a webhook. I can do any of those things. So instantly I want to send out an email notification to myself maybe that I have a brand new deal, or you want to set up a senior service provider or a senior support agent to that particular lead because they are at a certain point now where that this lead is going to be going somewhere. So you can just automate all of that from here. You even have a process builder that you can use for visual multi-step automation. So you can use Zoho's blueprint feature, which is great for enforcing sales processes or approval chains. And you can monitor past actions and errors for debuggings within your automation logs. Now, make sure to start with simple automations like lead notifications and gradually layer on complexity as you get more comfortable with building your automations. Now it's time to start building our sales pipelines. So this is one of my favorite parts because it's so important and it is going to be a very essential step because everyone builds their accounts, but it becomes really essential to manage your campaigns, which a lot of people do underestimate. So you can go into deals over here, and once you go into deals, you will see on your top right, you have a Kanban view. This is my sales pipeline. So if I click on all pipelines, I would be able to view all of the deals in all of my pipelines, and then I can specify each pipeline. To create a new pipeline, you again have to go under setup and build a brand new pipeline. And this is a very standard pipeline, and you can move your deals across multiple different actions like so, but you do need to select a standard or one specific pipeline to be able to move deals across these stages. So if it's in qualification, then need analysis, then value proposition, so on and so forth. And the percentages can also be altered, the acceptance percentages within your general settings. Now, this is ideal for deal insights because whenever you are taking a look at your deal, you're able to get an estimate of where your deal is standing, and you can use this to further boost your forecast. So you have a better insight of your analytics, so you can set quotas by user, team, or region and compare actual performance with your goal performance as well. You can identify bottlenecks and trends on a monthly or quarterly basis, and this allows you to just make sure everything is easy to manage. So role and its member target will be summed up as company's target. Company target will be split across role and its members. This is based upon deal revenue, and I have a certain expected revenue or amount. I'm going to go with expected revenues, and then I'm going to click on save, and now I can proceed with my forecasting over here. And then you can choose your forecasting type. This is quarterly. I want it to be current, and the forecast name is going to be Q1 based upon all deals. So this just ensures that you are able to get started with your own understanding or breakdown of your business. And then you even have in-depth reporting, which you can utilize with the help of pre-built reports right under the report section. You have lead by status, deals by status, sales won, sales lost, email response rates, so on and so forth. So you can click on custom reports to build your custom report based upon a certain module, such as the number of leads you have, as well as the owner of the leads, and pick the type of chart you want to build. You have dashboards to combine multiple reports and scheduled reports that can be automated for every week or every month or every quarter. Now, you have Zoho Suite, which has several different applications. So Zoho CRM is a tool that is super amazing when it comes to just being all-in-one tool. But whenever you are using Zoho CRM, you might want to access some of its other tools, which you can access from the bottom left in Zoho Apps. You have sales and marketing, finance, custom solutions, HR, service solutions, and much, much more, which you can access or even integrate with third-party apps right under Zoho CRM settings. So if you need any other third-party apps as well, you also have the ability to integrate with those. And you also have API integration for deeper customization. Now, once we've done that, we have set up all of the basics of Zoho CRM as well. So this allows you to just get access to everything you need when it comes to a CRM and so much more, because Zoho CRM is just so easy to manage, and it's something that is going to be really effective for mid-sized businesses and expanding businesses. However, there are a few things to keep in mind. I would recommend Zia AI, which is an AI assistant by Zoho for sales predictions, which is really great to use if you already have some company data and insights built in Zoho. And then make sure to view the audit logs, data backup, and 2FA your Zoho business account to ensure security and set up the correct roles and profiles. And congratulations, you have a deep understanding of Zoho CRM. Remember, the best way to learn is by using tools daily and experimenting with their workflows. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips.